Ladies and gentlemen, the third and final sneak peek for the upcoming Across the Spider-Verse update has landed, and it's a pretty big surprise. I was not expecting this, but I should have realized it when we got that teaser that said a young man fights a villain, and then we saw right away it was going to be Miles and Miguel. A lot of people, myself included, incorrectly labeled Miguel as the villain, but in fact, it is none other than Spot, the former scientist working on Kingpin's collider, Dr. Own, becoming the Spot after a freak accident. Sort of like Dr. Manhattan, Dr. Octopus, so many other villains in freak accidents. He is now joining Marvel Future Fight in a costume inspired by Across the Spider-Verse exclusively in theaters. So, we are getting a new character. He's a supervillain, and best part is he's going to be tier 3. So this is very, very exciting. There's a lot here. I'm really excited about Spot. I had totally forgotten about Spot. There's going to be some spoilers for the movie when I talk about him, but it's really funny because I've seen the movie, and then it never crossed my mind that they would add Spot as a character. So I'm really happy. This is absolutely the first step in the right direction towards making the game more fun and making the game more interesting for players in general. So yeah, really excited about that. A new supervillain with dots all over his body has joined Marvel Future Fight, the scientist with black dots. Check out the powers of this villain who uses portals and the power of other dimensions. He's going to have some really, really sick animations. Bit of a spoiler here, though, but his power-up in the movie, if they do that, if they show some of his power-up in the movie, especially like on his tier 3, that would look so sick because I love the way he's drawn. It feels very, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's really cool, but also very, very dark. We will announce more information through the update details later. So, this is the clue that there are no more sneak peeks for this update for now. I know a lot of people have already started complaining about no Spider-Gwen. You can probably see it if you scroll through the comments and stuff, but I don't think... in my mind, there's no way. There's no way that they're not going to give Spider-Gwen something, so I think it's very obvious that this update is going to have a part 2, which means we could get, they could add a second character. I know, call me crazy, but they could add a second character. They could add Hobie as Spider-Punk. He's already in Marvel Strike Force. We've seen him in other games, so absolutely we could get Spider-Punk. We could get someone more, maybe a bit more classic, but also a bit more, like Spider-Man Noir, or they could go the route of like Penny Parker and then the Spider-Bot that she has. I don't know what that thing is called. Honestly, in terms of Across the Spider-Verse, there's infinite number of characters, right? That's how it works, that they could choose from. Or they could just drop a bunch of upgrades for existing Spider-Verse characters like Gwen. And certainly she deserves one. And yeah, I would be shocked if she doesn't get a uniform and a tier 4 for the movie. Also because I believe she never got anything for the previous movies. Yeah. She got this Gwendolyn Stacy one, which is from the comics. This is her base look, which is very similar to how she looks in the movie, just not quite as stylized, right? And then this one was just mask off, which is pretty basic, pretty straightforward. And then she got the Gwenom one at the end of 2020. But yeah, certainly deserves one for the movie. I would love to see a new idle animation as well. Not a lot of characters have idle animations in this game, and hers is one of the best, where she twirls her phone. So that should be very, very dope. But man, Spot! I'm really excited for Spot. I know some people are like, Spot? Really? But I'll explain why after we watch this sneak peek. So yeah. So there's the sneak peek, and there's one other thing that I need to show you guys. I'm going to pull it up on a separate screen while we're watching the sneak peek, so that it's a bit of a surprise maybe. But yeah, there's Spot. Very exciting. Where do I find this? Maybe it's like... Update news? Is that under news? Yes, it is. Okay, I found it. Awesome. So there's Spot. Yeah, he looks kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. His character model looks a little like a Ken doll. They gotta fix the crotch. They gotta fix the groin area. It looks really weird. You should not see the lines like this. Yeah, the rest of it's fine. He is supposed to look weird. Like, he's supposed to look uncanny. His arms are super fucking long. But anyways, I'm not complaining. What I wanted to show you guys, the other thing I wanted to show you guys is this, okay? June update celebration live stream. So be sure to join the live stream through YouTube and Facebook if you're interested in the latest news. I'm not sure if this is a pre-recorded live stream or if it's live. I think it's live. I think it's live. It doesn't say that it's pre-recorded. So this is awesome. So yeah, I think it's a R3L or 3RL, CM3RL. He did a fantastic job in his debut live stream last month for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Hopefully he'll be back to do another one. Really happy and glad to see the sneak peeks back. I think it means a lot to the players. I think it hypes the players up a lot, and it makes the players feel like they care more about the game, that the devs care more about the game. So yeah, hopefully that'll be pretty exciting. It's happening at 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. So I will be live streaming that at 9 p.m. on Monday. So in just a few days. So and then that'll give us our first look at the update, and then Tuesday night will be the maintenance for the update. Now, what I wanted to show you, because this is important here, when you look at the live stream announcement, okay, when you look at the live stream announcement, and I open this up in another tab. No, that's not the way to do it. I got to open it up here and then open it in another tab. My bad. Okay. No, that's not what that's something else. When you look at it, right? Okay, so you got our first look at Miles. We don't see Miguel. That's okay. We get our first look at Miles. Miles looks sick, right? We got the live stream announcement, whatever. We get our first look at Miles across the Spider-Verse. We get Spot here, who looks a little bit more cartoony, and then we get Spider-Woman, okay, who's pregnant, yes. But we get, what's this? T3, right? You see that? You see that? T3. Now, a lot of people who remember will immediately connect this background to the Thanos Tier 3 sneak peek. There was a Thanos Tier 3 sneak peek where there was a burning car over here, and it said "Save us from Thanos" or like something like that. And then there was this here, and that was basically, and Thanos wasn't in the image at all, but it was basically a way to tease the Tier 3. They got rid of the car and they added webbing. And they're now repurposing this sneak peek to show us that Spot is going to be getting Tier 3. Because Spider-Woman, we know, is transcended, so she can't be Tier 3. Miles already has Tier 3, and he's getting Tier 4. So this Tier 3 logo and this symbol could not be for anyone else. My space thing is kind of cutting it off, but you can see there. Yeah. So pretty exciting stuff. Spot's going to be getting Tier 3. If Spot's getting Tier 3, that's a pretty big deal because it means they understand, hopefully, that they shouldn't release new characters at Tier 2 anymore. We shouldn't get any more Cassie Langs. So I'm really crossing my fingers for that. But yeah, if Spot comes out at Tier 3, that would be absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the reason why, I'm going to try to explain here, but the reason why... before we get into the reason why I love Spot so much, as far as what his typing could be as a villain, it really is up in the air. I really hope he's not a speed villain, just because we've gotten so many of those lately, and also because we're getting a lot of speed types in general. You know, Miles, Spider-Gwen, 2099, just so many speed types. So I genuinely hope he's not a speed type. I don't think he's going to be a speed type. I think there's basically a 50-50 chance he's going to be a blast villain, which I think I'm fine with. There's not a lot of blast villains, or a universal villain. And I'm also fine with that. We do have a lot of universal villains, but a lot of them are very expensive. You know, Gore, Doctor Doom, Thanos, Molecule Man, you know, very expensive characters. So having one that's not so expensive, like even if he's premium, but he doesn't need a uniform, you know, it should be quite nice to have that on your roster and easy to get and then easy to build up if he's strong, right? Hopefully he's strong, or he has like, even if he's a support, right? Even if Spot is a support, we don't have a lot of villain supports in general. So I think there's basically no way that they could screw Spot up unless they just flat out make him super weak and super useless. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm pretty excited for that. And then as far as why I'm excited, why I love Spot so much. So I grew up watching the animated series, Spider-Man the animated series. I watched this shit all the time, and Spot was a recurring villain. He was a recurring villain. He had more of like a mask look, and you could see his actual face. He looked less freaky than the Spot we have now, but he does get really strong. He does get really strong in the comics at one point, and he does use Kingpin's technology. He sort of takes it through a portal. It's these portals that Kingpin created. He takes the device that Kingpin uses, and then he uses it to like terrorize Spider-Man and also to terrorize villains and stuff. But yeah, really cool villain. Definitely a lot of opportunities to make him really good and to have like a bunch of portals and a bunch of like, you know, kicks and punches coming out like you're seeing in all these different drawings. Yeah, Spot seems lame, but at the same time, he's really cool. And I think especially the way they did him in the movie is really, really dope. And, you know, if they have sort of a balance between this goofy version and the version from the movie, I think he could be a very interesting character and very, very cool. So, yeah, for those of you that grew up with animated Spider-Man, hopefully you're excited. I'm very excited. Hopefully this means MFF is turning a new leaf, you know, building back hype to get back to where it was, because it's been on a downtrend for basically the whole year, for about 6 months now. So I'm excited to see, you know, MFF get back to a place where it sort of belongs, and sort of the upper echelons of things that take my attention day to day, because right now it's right at the bottom with like twiddling my thumbs. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Spot. And yeah, are you hype or not? Thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button. Helps out the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.